Cold in the morning tomorrow and even a brief light freeze for areas along and north of the interstate corridor. So we're taking care of people, pets, and plants tonight leading into tomorrow morning. Not record territory. That would be 23 degrees set back in 1989, but well below where we should be for this time of year. Daytime high closes in on average, but it too will stay below average for tomorrow as daytime highs stay in the low 60s. But you can see plenty of sunshine in the forecast for the first half of the day. Start to bring in some cloud cover maybe towards the second half of the day, but keeping the forecast dry. And we'll keep the forecast dry until we wait for our next cold front. In the meantime, we're going to be dealing with a steady warming trend in the next couple of days. These are projected morning lows for Baton Rouge day by day. So we say goodbye to the cold air by Wednesday morning. It'll be chilly in the upper 40s, and then we say goodbye to any sense of chilly or cold air by the time we get towards Thursday morning, as that low is only down to 62. So what are we going to see in terms of a difference from this next front? Maybe 5 to 10 degrees. That's going to be about it. So we're not going to see a huge swing in temperature with this latest cold front that's going to arrive Thursday night into Friday morning. So the wind gust forecast shows we'll continue with some breezy conditions through the rest of the afternoon. But by tonight into tomorrow morning, it's more or less just a light breeze. But factor in, we will have a little bit of a breeze, and that 30-degree temperature is probably going to feel more like the mid-20s. But notice how the direction of the wind is starting to change. And by the time we get towards tomorrow afternoon, it's a southerly wind flow. Now we'll have some breezy conditions at times. Wind gusts tomorrow probably in the teens, and then we get a stronger wind as we go into Wednesday afternoon. You can see winds generally out of the south and southwest gusting maybe to the mid to upper 20-mile-per-hour range. So we may not be completely done with the fire spread risk for the rest of this week. Yeah, we'll be increasing humidity levels thanks to that southerly wind flow, but with the strong winds and the dry overall conditions, with the drought continuing across a good chunk of South Louisiana and southwestern Mississippi, we could still have some of that fire spread concern going in the couple of days. Even stronger winds on Thursday, that as the front begins to approach. We've got the strong pressure gradient in place. What do we mean by that? We've got high pressure off towards our west. We've got low pressure off towards our east, and they're kind of close enough together to where we're in the middle of these two systems. It's kind of a conveyor belt of wind that is moving through. If you've ever been to a kids coach's pitch or machine pitch game or been to a batting cage, it's kind of like that. You got a conveyor belt here, a conveyor belt here, and they're both moving in the same direction, and we're the ball that you can place in there and it gets spit out. So that's kind of the wind flow that we're dealing with right now. Tight pressure gradient in between these two systems. As we go deeper into the week, notice how that low starts to get farther up towards the north. The ridge kind of stays locked off towards the southwest, so winds should start to ease off once we get that front through here on Thursday. So Thursday night into Friday morning, here is a snapshot of that front and maybe what could be a line or broken line of showers and thunderstorms moving through the area. Now, as of right now, severe weather unlikely, but you can see here from the depiction we could be just a little bit removed away from maybe a concern for seeing some stronger storms in the forecast. So it's something we'll keep a close eye on. But the cold front pushes through late Thursday, leading into early Friday. In terms of the timing, we'll see some scattered showers and maybe some thunderstorms afternoon into the evening and overnight. But again, severe weather at this time unlikely, but that temperature drop not expected to be too significant, not expected to last too long either. We'll show you that in the extended forecast. Rainfall estimation, manageable totals, most of us receiving less than 1/4 inch of rain, so no concern there. You can see even the GFS much lower than that, less than 1/10 inch for our area. So we could use some rain. Notice how the drought starting to kind of close in on Baton Rouge. We've got some extreme drought to our north, some severe drought down towards our south, so we'll keep our eyes on how that progresses. But in the meantime, not a lot of rain expected with this next rainmaker Thursday into Friday. And then we're completely dry heading into the following weekend. Looking pretty good for a weekend forecast. We'll see those temperatures continue to warm up once again even after the front moves through. So not a big temperature swing with this next front, and not a lot of rain either.